Wars have often determined the course of human history. Throughout the 20th and 21st centuries, airplanes began to play a more crucial role in influencing the results of conflicts and serving as deterrents against aggression. Although it is not the most attractive Air Force duty, it is probably the most crucial since, without it, transporters, troops, and equipment would not be able to reach the battlefield. Military aircraft reached maturity during World War II, and their usefulness for both military and non-military uses increased over the Cold War era and beyond that period. Stay tuned as we move through the list of 7 awesome planes of the United States military. 7. The C-17 Globemaster III. In comparison to its predecessors, the C-17 has a number of performance characteristics that set it apart, including long-range capability, outstanding aerodynamic efficiency, ease of ground operations, heavy cargo payload capability, and the ability to carry out extensive airdrops over hostile territory while making precise landings and takeoffs. Boeing has produced a total of 279 C-17s since the program's inception in 1990, with 223 of them going to the United States Air Force. On November 29, 2015, the last C-17 Globemaster III constructed at Boeing's Long Beach factory took flight for Qatar, where it would join the country's Air Force. The C-17 was constructed with digital age technologies in mind, such as fly-by-wire flight controls, high-bypass engines, and composite wings, which resulted in flying characteristics that were perfect for operating off of short and unprepared airport runways. Since September 11, 2001, the Globemaster III has been actively used in combat operations, including a record-breaking mission on March 26, 2003, in which 15 United States Air Force C-17s dropped 1,000 paratroopers from the 173rd Airborne Brigade over Bashur, Iraq, setting a new world record. The C-17 is capable of delivering soldiers and all sorts of cargo to major operational bases or straight-to-forward bases in the deployment region in a strategic and time-sensitive manner. 6. The F-16 Fighting Falcon. Manufactured by General Dynamics Corporation, now a division of Lockheed Martin Corporation, the F-16 Fighting Falcon is a single-seat, single-engine jet fighter that has been exported to more than a dozen nations. The F-16 was developed in response to a 1972 requirement for a lightweight, cost-efficient air-to-air fighter. Modern variants are also capable of flying in all-weather conditions and are effective for ground assault missions as well. The initial delivery was made to the United States Air Force in 1978. In terms of length, the F-16 is 49 feet long with a wingspan of 31 feet. It is propelled by a single turbofan engine from Pratt & Whitney or General Electric, which, when operated in afterburning mode, can deliver 23,000 to 29,000 pounds of thrust, allowing the aircraft to accelerate to speeds more than twice the speed of sound. In addition to an 8-inch rotary cannon, the aircraft is equipped with bomb and missile launchers that can be attached to the wings and fuselage from under the wings. The F-16 weighs roughly 23,000 pounds when equipped with a normal combat load. It has been sold to U.S. allies in the Middle East, where it has been shown to be very successful in air-to-air combat and ground assault during the 1982 Israeli-Syrian War and the 1990-91 Persian Gulf War. In terms of foreign sales, the F-16 is the most in-demand fighter, and it is now in service with air forces in more than 20 nations. 5. The B-52 Stratofortress. The B-52, commonly known as the Stratofortress, is a long-range heavy bomber developed by the Boeing Company in 1948. It flew for the first time in 1952 and was used by the U.S. military the following year. Despite the fact that it was initially designed to be an atomic bomb carrier capable of reaching the Soviet Union, the B-52 has shown to be versatile for a variety of tasks, and some B-52s are projected to continue in service far into the 21st century. The B-52 has a wingspan of 185 feet and a length of 160 feet, 10.9 inches, making it the largest aircraft in the world. It is propelled by 8 jet engines which are arranged in 4 twin pods beneath the wings. At 55,000 feet, the aircraft can fly at a maximum speed of Mach 0.9, which is about 595 miles per hour. At just a few hundred feet above the Earth, it can travel at Mach 0.5, which is about 375 miles per hour. It was initially designed to carry a crew of 6 people, with its only defensive weaponry being a remotely operated gun turret located in the tail of the ship. The gun was removed from the ship in 1991, and the crew was reduced to 5. The huge airframe of the B-52 earned it the nickname Big Ugly Fat Fellow. The B-52's massive airframe enabled the bomber to be outfitted with very advanced navigational, firearms, and electronic warfare systems. More than 70 B-52 bombers are still in service with the United States Air Force. Number 4. The C-130 Hercules. The United States Air Force initially bought 219 C-130s in the mid-1950s, and more than 900 Hercs have been delivered to date, accumulating more than 20 million hours of flying time in the process. The C-130 has come to symbolize the term workhorse, largely because of its adaptability. Originally designed as an assault transport, the Hercules has been modified for a wide range of missions such as special ops, air support and air interdiction, mid-air space capsule recovery, search and rescue missions, aerial refueling of helicopters, weather mapping and reconnaissance, surveillance programs, firefighting, aerial spraying missions, Arctic ice replenishment missions, and natural disaster relief missions. With high-profile fighter aircraft such as the F-22 Raptor and the F-35 Lightning II, the Hercules seems to be a bloated relic in comparison. Nevertheless, what it lacks in sexiness, it more than makes up for in heart. It is Hercules' incredible capabilities, much like the A-10 Warthog, that distinguish it as a true badass. Simply put, the C-130 is a multi-mission aircraft with a proven track record of accomplishments. Number 3. Lockheed Martin U-2. The Lockheed Martin U-2 isn't your normal aircraft as you would expect. The United States Air Force U-2 is a single-seat high-altitude jet aircraft used for intelligence collection, surveillance, and reconnaissance. It is operated by the United States Air Force. The U-2, also known as the Dragon Lady, is perhaps the most renowned espionage plane ever constructed, having been in service since 1956 and serving as a reconnaissance aircraft. The first prototype took to the air in 1955, and the last aircraft in the series was completed in 1989. A U-2 reconnaissance aircraft was shot down over the Soviet Union on May 1, 1960, resulting in the U-2 affair. During the Cuban Missile Crisis, a U-2 captured images that revealed the existence of Soviet nuclear-armed missiles in Cuba, resulting in the U-2 affair. Strategic intelligence gathering missions have continued to be carried out by the U-2, but it has also been employed for combat reconnaissance and surveillance in a variety of wars in high-tension areas in which the United States has been involved since the Vietnam War ended in 1961. Despite the fact that many of its responsibilities have been taken over by high-altitude, long-endurance unmanned aerial vehicles, a small number of U-2s are still in use. For data gathering on the atmosphere, the Earth, and celestial events, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration has been operating modified U-2s since the 1980s, dubbed ER-2 for Earth Resources by the Federal Aviation Administration. Number 2. The Lockheed SR-71. The famous Blackbird was the world's fastest jet aircraft, capable of flying at astonishing speeds of up to Mach 3.5. The SR-71 was designed and developed in complete secret at Lockheed's Skunk Works, and it flew too fast and too high for Russian-made surface-to-air missiles to catch up with it. There were no successful efforts to shoot one down with missiles or interceptor planes, since none of the missiles were able to move in the thin air at such a high altitude. While the SR-71 did not quite reach the borders of space, it flew only about 85,000 feet, each operation had to be prepared as if it were a space shot, and the pilots were required to wear spacesuits throughout their flights. The high speed necessitated the development of an entirely new kind of engine, which worked as a regular jet at low speeds, but transformed into a ramjet beyond Mach 2, compressing the air intake as the engine accelerated. It was necessary to use a titanium airframe to survive the enormous heat generated by air friction. While traveling at high speed, the leading wing edges were glowing bright red. A typical Cold War operation saw the rare titanium obtained from Russia via fraudulent activities in third-party nations, as was the case here. Number 1. The C-47 Skytrain. In addition to its various nicknames, the C-47 has been referred to as the Goonie Bird or Dakota after the Douglas Aircraft Company's transport aircraft, or Spooky. This popular airliner's military variant began production in 1940, and a total of 9,348 aircraft were produced by the conclusion of World War II. When it came to combat over Europe, the C-47 saw extensive service, most notably during the D-Day invasion, when it was utilized to drop paratroopers behind German lines. The C-47 remained in service throughout the Vietnam War, including an assault version dubbed Puff the Magic Dragon due to the rapidity with which the guns were fired out of the sides of the aircraft during combat missions. So, which of the planes mentioned from our list fascinates you the most? Let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.